In this video, we're going to compare the SanDisk Professional Pro G40 and the SanDisk ProBlade Transport Portable SSDs. Now, the first thing to note when you look at these, the ProBlade Transport is significantly larger than the Pro G40. These drives are both technically based on WD Black NVMe drives, but the Pro G40 actually has a Thunderbolt interface to give you speeds all the way up to 3,000 megabytes a second. The ProBlade Transport just uses USB 3.2 Gen 2 dual lane, which unfortunately is rated for 2,000 megabytes a second, but on a Mac, it's going to top out at about 950 megabytes a second in the real world. And on the Pro G40, I was getting speeds of around 2,500 megabytes a second on both the read and the write. So the Pro G40 is going to be significantly faster than the ProBlade Transport whenever you're using a Mac. Both of these are available in 1, 2, and 4 terabyte configurations, and the Pro G40 is typically just a little bit more expensive than the Transport. If you want to just stock up on magazines, you can also buy the magazines separate from the Transport and then just have one Transport to read a bunch of the magazines. And the magazines are also fully compatible with the SanDisk ProBlade system, so they also have the station, which will give you those faster Thunderbolt speeds, and it can hold up to 4 drives at once. So the ProBlades are a more modular system than the Pro G40. Both of these also have aluminum heat sinks, but whenever you're comparing them side by side, you're going to notice that the Pro G40 has this rubberized coating on it. On the Transport, you can definitely feel some metal construction, but it does have a more plasticky feel to the outside of it. On the ProBlade Transport, the magazine itself is rated for a 3-meter drop, and it's also crush resistant up to 4,000 pounds. But I couldn't find any drop ratings on the Transport. The Transport just doesn't feel quite as durable as something like the Pro G40 does. Now, the Pro G40 also has an IP rating of IP65, so it's going to have high-level dust and water resistance, and it has that same 4,000-pound crush and 3-meter drop protection. So if you're trying to decide which of these to buy, first and foremost, the Pro G40 is going to be faster if you're using it on a Mac because you're going to get those speeds up to 2,500 megabytes a second instead of 950 megabytes a second. But if you want to have a more modular system, then the Transport system is going to be better if you want to buy the station later on and if you want to have a bunch of the individual magazines. But my personal recommendation for most people, if you're getting started with video production, is to buy a Pro G40. Use this as your external edit drive for your computer because it's going to be really fast. It never bogs down due to heat because of that aluminum core and the cooling system that it has. And then once I get this, I would start to build up a library of Transports and ProBlades later to have a ton of fast and modular storage. If you're interested in buying either of these drives, I do have links in the description below. If you have questions about either of them, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like this video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content.